what is allowed to live fully. I think that like oftentimes like what I will present to people is a wildness that they're not familiar with. Like, and there's like a stigma, kind of like the difference of like when you walk into a forest, and if you're like a Western trained botanist versus like someone who grew up on the land in a native sense and is like accustomed to learning like what is medicine and what is food, but the botanist that is trained in a Western lens would perceive something that you know is medicine to be a weed. Like that's kind of like how I feel I offer speaking life, is like who perceives speaking life is interpreted differently based off of their lens. You know what I mean? So often what people will say is like it's the criticism of spiritual communities that has been circulating in recent years, like the spiritual bypassing or like toxic positivity. Like for me, that's actually not speaking life. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, because if we go around acting like things are hunky-dory all the time when we know that they're like objectively not, like to me that's actually speaking death. And I think for me it's like, if I know that based off of what I've learned, like changes need to be made fundamentally to speak life, I would be only contributing to speaking death if I wasn't honest about what I've learned. And so for me it's like, it's interesting because a lot of what I'll share is stuff that on the face value looks like just like nihilism or negativity, but it actually is like spoken from a deep knowing and an endless hope of like what genuinely liberates, even when it looks like, you know, even when it's bitter, even when it's like the tea that like may not be the most enjoyable to a palate. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, it's that bitterness that like stimulates like a needed metabolic